What if I told you that offering to help someone carry their groceries could improve your English more than studying grammar for an hour? What if a simple, "Can I help you?" could open doors to friendships, opportunities, and natural fluency? Welcome to Artificial Fluency. I'm your teacher, and for the next 60 minutes, we're going on a journey through everyday kindness, learning English the way it's actually spoken, in real moments of human connection. Today's lesson is special. We'll follow several characters through their day, learning the phrases they use, the connections they make, and discovering how small acts of kindness create big opportunities for practicing English naturally. Let me start with a story that changed how I think about language learning. Last week, I saw an elderly man struggling with heavy shopping bags at the bus stop. A young woman approached and simply said, "Can I give you a hand with those?" That's it. 6 simple words. But those 6 words led to a 20-minute conversation about his grandchildren, her studies, the best local bakery, and life advice that made them both smile. That's what we're learning today. Not just English, but the English that connects hearts. Let's begin with our first character, Natasha. She's at the local market, and something's about to happen that will teach us our first essential phrases. It's Saturday morning at the community market. Natasha is buying vegetables when she notices an older gentleman, Daniel, struggling with a heavy bag of rice. Listen to their conversation. "Excuse me, can I help you with that? It looks really heavy." "Oh, that's very kind of you. My back isn't what it used to be." "No problem at all. Where are you taking it?" "Just to my car over there. Thank you so much, dear." Let's break down these essential helping phrases. Can I help you with that? This is the most versatile helping phrase. Use that when pointing to something specific. Always add "with that," not just "can I help you," when offering physical help. That's very kind of you. Accepting help gracefully. Note, kind of you, not kind from you. This shows appreciation while accepting. No problem at all. Making someone feel comfortable. Better than just okay. This shows you're happy to help. Are you already learning useful phrases? If this natural approach to English is working for you, please hit that like button and subscribe. Comment below. When was the last time someone helped you with something? Now, as Natasha helps Daniel, he shares some wisdom. "You know, young lady, I've lived here 40 years. Want to know what I've learned?" "I'd love to hear." "Everyone carries something heavy, even if you can't see it. A little kindness goes a long way." That's beautiful. I'll remember that. Key phrase: a little kindness goes a long way. Means Small actions have big impacts. Similar phrases. Small acts make big differences. Every bit helps. Little things matter. Grammar note. Goes a long way is an idiom. Don't say goes long way. The article a is necessary. Now let's meet Emma. It's raining, and she's at the bus stop when she notices a mother struggling with shopping bags and a crying baby. Emma says, "Would you like to share my umbrella? You're getting soaked." The mother, Sarah, says, "Oh my goodness, yes, please. This weather came out of nowhere." Emma says, "Here, let me hold it so you can comfort your baby. Poor little one." Sarah says, "You're a lifesaver. I'm Sarah, by the way." Emma says, "Emma, nice to meet you. Is this your first baby?" Sarah says, "Yes, and I'm still figuring everything out. Some days are harder than others." Emma says, "You're doing great. It must be challenging." Vocabulary for offering help in different situations. Would you like to? Polite offer. More formal than do you want to. Good for strangers. Let me. Taking initiative. Let me help you. Let me get that for you. Let me carry one of those. You're a lifesaver. Expressing deep gratitude. Very informal and warm. Shows the help was really needed. Common mistake. Don't say, "You saved my life," for small helps. Use, "You're a lifesaver," or "You saved me." The conversation continues. Emma says, "Actually, there's a great parents group that meets at the community center. Would you be interested?" Sarah says, "Really? That sounds wonderful. I don't know many people here yet." Emma says, "Perfect. They meet Tuesday mornings. I can introduce you to the organizer if you'd like." Sarah says, "I'd really appreciate that. Sometimes a kind word from a stranger makes the whole day feel lighter." Phrases for making connections. Would you be interested in? Suggesting opportunities. I can introduce you to. Offering social connection. I'd really appreciate that. Formal thank you. Our next scene is at the local bakery. Tom is buying bread when Mrs. Chen, the owner, seems overwhelmed with orders. Tom says, "Mrs. Chen, you look busy today. Can I give you a hand?" Mrs. Chen says, "Oh, Tom, that's sweet, but I couldn't ask you to work." Tom says, "You're not asking, I'm offering. I can bag these orders while you handle the register." Mrs. Chen says, "You know what? That would be incredibly helpful. Thank you." As Tom helps, other customers join the conversation. Customer 1, Helen, says, "This reminds me of my grandmother's bakery. Everyone pitched in." Tom says, "It takes a village, right?" Helen says, "Exactly. When we first moved here, the neighbors helped us unpack. I've never forgotten that kindness." Customer 2, James, says, "That's what I love about this neighborhood. People actually care." Important phrases about community. It takes a village. Everyone needs to help. Originally about raising children. Now used for any community effort. Pitch in. Everyone contributes. Everyone pitched in to help. Very informal and friendly. That's what I love about. Expressing appreciation. Natural way to share positive feelings. These real-life dialogues are the best way to learn natural English. If you're enjoying this approach, please subscribe and share with friends learning English. What makes your community special? Tell us in English in the comments. Now, let's join a deeper conversation. Victor and his colleague Mark are having lunch, discussing something many of us struggle with: balance. Victor says, "You know, Mark, I used to work 70 hours a week. I thought that was success." Mark responds with, "Used to? What changed?" Victor answers, "My daughter asked me, 'Daddy, why does your computer see you more than I do?' That hit me hard." Mark responds with, "Wow, kids have a way of showing us the truth." Victor says, "Exactly. So I started setting boundaries. No emails after 7 p.m. Weekends are family time." Mark asks, "Wasn't your boss upset?" Victor responds with, "I was worried about that. But you know what? My work actually improved. When I'm at work, I'm fully present. When I'm home, I'm fully home." Key vocabulary for work-life balance. Setting boundaries means creating limits. I set boundaries with work. I need better boundaries. Fully present means completely focused, not thinking about other things, giving full attention. That hit me hard means had strong emotional impact. Informal expression shows something made you think. Grammar structure, used to, for past habits. I used to work late, but not anymore. Don't confuse this with I'm used to, meaning I'm accustomed to. The conversation continues. Mark says, "I need to try that. My wife keeps saying we never talk anymore." Victor responds with, "Start small. Maybe have dinner together without phones?" Mark responds, "That's doable. We used to cook together. Maybe we should start again." Victor says, "Perfect. My wife and I cook together on Sundays. It's become our tradition. We talk, we laugh, we reconnect." Phrases for making suggestions. Start small means begin with easy steps. That's doable means that's possible or manageable. Maybe we should is a soft suggestion. Let's visit the community garden where Olivia and James are working on their plot while teaching their children about plants and kindness. Olivia: "Kids, look! Mrs. Brown's tomatoes are ready, but she's not here today." Child, Lucy: "Can we pick them for her?" James: "That's a great idea, Lucy. But first, what should we do?" Lucy: "Ask permission?" Olivia: "Even better. Let's text her and offer to help." James: "Can you message her?" James texts: "Hi, Mrs. Brown. We noticed your tomatoes are ready. Would you like us to harvest them for you?" Mrs. Brown replies, "That would be wonderful. I'm stuck at home with the cold." This leads to a beautiful scene. James: "Actually, kids, let's do more. We'll harvest her vegetables and drop them at her house." Lucy: "Can we make her a get well card too?" Olivia: "Beautiful idea. This is what community means, looking out for each other." Later, at Mrs. Brown's house. Oh my goodness, you didn't have to do all this. James, we wanted to. You helped us so much when we started our garden. Mrs. Brown, that was nothing. Olivia, it wasn't nothing. You taught us everything. This is the least we can do. Mrs. Brown, you know, kindness is like seeds. You plant them, and they grow in unexpected ways. Vocabulary for community support. Looking out for each other. Mutual care. The least we can do. Minimum way to help. That was nothing. Minimizing your own help. Modesty. Stuck at home. Unable to leave. Teaching moment about gerunds. Thank you for helping. Not, thank you for help. I appreciate you taking the time. Not, I appreciate you take the time. As evening comes, our characters reflect on their day. Natasha is having dinner with her roommate. Roommate. You seem happy today. Good day? Natasha. You know what? It really was. I helped an elderly man at the market, and he said something that stuck with me. Roommate. What was it? Natasha. That everyone carries something heavy. It made me think, we never know what others are going through. Roommate. That's deep. Did it change how you acted today? Natasha. Actually, yes. I smiled more at strangers. I held doors. I said thank you to the bus driver. Small things, but people seemed to appreciate it. Roommate. It's like a chain reaction. One kind act leads to another. Meanwhile, Emma is calling her mother. Emma. Mom, I met someone today who reminded me of you. Mother. Oh? How so? Emma. She was struggling with a baby and shopping in the rain. Remember when that was you with me? Mother. Ugh, those were hard days. I remember strangers helping us. Emma. Well, today I got to be that stranger for someone else. It felt full circle. Mother. That's beautiful, honey. Kindness always comes back around. Reflection vocabulary. Stuck with me. Remained in my mind. Chain reaction. One thing causing another. Full circle. Completing a cycle. Comes back around. Returns to you eventually. Now, let's make this practical for your English journey. Here's your kindness-based English practice plan. Daily kindness phrases to master. Morning. Good morning. How's your day starting? Can I help you with anything? Let me get that for you. Afternoon. Would you like to go first? Is this seat taken? That looks heavy. Need a hand? Evening. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for your help today. Take care of yourself. Your weekly challenges. Monday. Offer help to one person. Tuesday. Start a conversation at a shop. Wednesday. Compliment someone genuinely. Thursday. Share something. Umbrella, seat, etc. Friday. Thank someone specifically. Weekend. Join a community activity. Grammar patterns we've learned. Offering help. Can I? Would you like me to? Accepting help. That would be great. I'd appreciate that. past habits. Used to plus base verb. Continuing actions. Keep plus gerund. Suggestions. How about? Maybe we should. The 3 levels of practice. Beginner. Use one kindness phrase daily. Intermediate. Have one helping conversation weekly. Advanced. Lead a community activity monthly. Remember these key points. Real English happens in real moments. Simple phrases create deep connections. Kindness opens conversational doors. Mistakes don't matter when hearts connect. Daily practice beats intensive study. Your homework assignment. Tomorrow, use 3 phrases from today. Can I help you with that? No problem at all. And have a great day. Notice how people respond. Notice how you feel. That feeling of connection, that's real fluency beginning. You know what's beautiful about learning English through kindness? Every mistake becomes a smile. Every mispronunciation becomes a connection. Every grammar error becomes a human moment. The man at the market, Daniel, was right. Everyone carries something heavy. But when we help each other carry those loads, we don't just lighten the burden, we create opportunities for conversation, for practice, for growth. Your English journey isn't just about you becoming fluent, it's about you becoming connected to your community, to strangers who become friends, to a world that's waiting to hear your voice. Thank you for spending this hour with me. You've learned more than phrases today. You've learned that fluency isn't about perfect pronunciation or flawless grammar. It's about having the courage to reach out, to offer help, to accept kindness, and to keep trying. If this lesson touched your heart and helped your English, please share it with someone who needs either encouragement in their language journey or a reminder that kindness matters. Subscribe for more lessons that teach English through real life. Comment below. What act of kindness will you do tomorrow? Write it in English. Remember, every "Can I help you?" is a lesson. Every "Thank you" is a practice. Every smile is communication. This is Artificial Fluency, reminding you that the best English classroom is anywhere 2 people connect with kindness. Your fluency journey starts with your next kind word. Make it count.
Quick question. What time did you wake up this morning? Now, here's the real question. What did you actually accomplish before lunch? If you're like most people, you probably checked your phone, answered some messages, maybe watched a video or 2, and suddenly it was noon. Sound familiar? Here's the crazy part. You were busy the whole morning, but what did you really do? Today, I'm going to teach you English phrases and vocabulary about time management, but more importantly, I'll show you why being busy and being productive are completely different things. Welcome to Artificial Fluency. I'm your teacher for today's special lesson, where we're tackling 2 things at once: improving your English and fixing that feeling of "where did my day go?" Let's dive in. Let me teach you a really useful phrase in English. Spinning your wheels. When a car is stuck in mud, The wheels spin and spin, but the car doesn't move forward. That's what we call spinning your wheels. Lots of action, no progress. Here's how you use it. I was spinning my wheels all day with emails. Or stop spinning your wheels and focus on what matters. Now, why do we spin our wheels? Let me tell you what most people get wrong. They think they need more time. If only I had more hours in the day. But that's not true. Let me prove it to you. Think about the day before a vacation. Suddenly, you can finish a week's worth of work in one day. Why? Because you have a deadline. Because you're focused. Because you're not distracted. The problem isn't time. It's attention. Let me teach you this important distinction. I don't have time really means it's not my priority. I'm too busy really means I'm not organized. I forgot really means it wasn't important to me. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. Here's a grammar point for you. Notice how I used really means to explain the true meaning? This is a great structure for clarifying in English. When I say X, I really mean Y. That really means. What this really means is, you can use this in any conversation to explain yourself better. Now, let's learn the most important concept about time. Ready? Time is energy. Let me explain with an example. You have 8 hours of work time, but your energy is different throughout the day. In the morning, you might have 100% energy. By afternoon, maybe 60%. By evening, perhaps 30%. So here's the key question. What are you doing with your 100% energy time? Most people waste it. They check social media, read news, answer easy emails. Then, when their energy is low, they try to do important work. No wonder they feel exhausted and unproductive. Let's learn some vocabulary about energy levels. Peak hours, your best energy time. Example, my peak hours are from 9 to 11 a.m. Energy drain, something that takes your energy away. Example, social media is a real energy drain for me. Recharge, to get energy back. Example, I need to recharge with a short walk. Here's a practical tip with English practice. Every morning, ask yourself this question out loud in English. What's my most important task today? Not tasks, task. Singular, one thing. Then say, I will do this during my peak hours. This simple practice improves your English and your productivity. By the way, if you're finding this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe. I create lessons like this every week to help you master English while learning useful life skills. Drop a comment. What time of day do you have the most energy? Now, let me teach you about the power of saying no. Here's something interesting about English culture. People often feel bad saying no directly. So, we have many polite ways to say it. Let me teach you some. Direct but polite. I'm sorry, I can't commit to that. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for me. I wish I could, but I can't. Softer refusals. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. This gives you time to think. I'm not the best person for this. My plate is full right now. This means you're too busy. Professional ways. I need to prioritize other commitments. That's outside my bandwidth right now. Bandwidth means capacity. I'm at capacity this week. But here's the important lesson. Every time you say yes to something small, you say no to something big. Let me give you an example. You say yes to checking Facebook for just 5 minutes. You say no to reading that English article. You say yes to a meeting that could be an email. You say no to deep work. You say yes to staying up late watching TV. You say no to waking up fresh tomorrow. Notice the grammar pattern here. You say yes to X. You say no to Y. This is a great way to show consequences in English. Try making your own sentences with this pattern. Here's a cultural note. In many English-speaking countries, saying no politely but firmly is respected. People prefer honest no over false yes. Remember this when you're in international settings. Let me teach you a game-changing concept, the Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro is Italian for tomato. The inventor used a tomato-shaped timer. Here's how it works. Work for 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute break. Repeat 4 times. Take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. But let's learn the English you need to talk about this. Time block, a scheduled period for specific work. I have a 2-hour time block for studying English. Break it down. Divide into smaller parts. Let's break down this project into smaller tasks. Chunk, a small piece of something bigger. I study English in 30-minute chunks. Batch, group similar tasks together. I batch all my emails into one time slot. Here's a common mistake English learners make. They say, I will study English 2 hours tomorrow. But native speakers more often say, I'll study English for 2 hours tomorrow. Don't forget that for when talking about duration. Another tip, use present continuous for scheduled future activities. I'm studying English at 3 p.m. It's planned. I'm meeting my tutor tomorrow. It's arranged. This sounds more natural than I will study for planned activities. Let me give you a practical example. Instead of saying, I'll improve my English, try this. I'm practicing English for 25 minutes every morning at 8 a.m. See how specific that is? Specific plans become real actions.
Now, let's talk about routines. But first, let me clear up some confusion about this word. Routine, as a noun, means your regular pattern of doing things. Routine, as an adjective, means ordinary or boring. These are different. Having a routine, noun, doesn't make your life routine, adjective. In fact, it's the opposite. Let me teach you phrases about routines. Morning routine phrases. I start my day with, first thing in the morning, my morning ritual includes, I never skip my morning. Evening routine phrases. I wind down by, wind down means relax. Before bed,
I always. My evening routine helps me. I end my day with. Here's a grammar tip. When describing routines, we use present simple. I wake up at 6 a.m., not I am waking up. I check my emails after breakfast, not I am checking. But here's where learners get confused. We use present continuous for temporary routines. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. this week. Temporary. I'm checking emails less often these days. Changing habit. Are you learning something new? Great! Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Comment below, what's one part of your daily routine? Write it in English for practice. Let me share a powerful routine formula with you. Host. Here's a profound truth. Your calendar doesn't lie. Where you spend your time shows your real priorities. Let's learn vocabulary about priorities. Top priority. Most important thing. Learning English is my top priority. Back burner. Low priority. Like a pot on the back of the stove. I put social media on the back burner. Make time for. Actively create time for something. I make time for English practice every day. Time sink. Something that wastes lots of time. YouTube can be a real-time sink if I'm not careful. Now, here's an exercise. Complete these sentences honestly. I spend most of my time. I wish I had more time for. I waste time on. Your answers reveal everything. If you spend most of your time on social media but wish you had time for English, there's your problem and your solution. Let me teach you a useful phrase. Vote with your time. In democracies, we vote with ballots. In life, we vote with our time. Every hour is a vote for what matters to you. Here's how to use it. I'm voting with my time by practicing English daily. Common mistake alert. Don't say, I have no time. Native speakers usually say, I don't have time for that. I can't fit that in. My schedule is packed. The phrase, I have no time, sounds too dramatic in everyday English.
Let's make this real. I'm going to teach you a simple system you can start today, the 3-3-3 method. 3 hours of deep work, your important tasks. 3 hours of regular work, emails, meetings, routine tasks. 3 hours for yourself. Exercise, hobbies, learning English for that matter. That's only 9 hours. You still have time for sleep, eating, and relaxing. Here's how to talk about this in English. I dedicate 3 hours to formal. I set aside 3 hours for common. I block out 3 hours for professional. Practice saying, tomorrow I'm blocking out 1 hour for English practice. Here's a fail vocabulary set about time management. Time conscious, aware of time. I'm becoming more time conscious. Deadline driven, motivated by deadlines. I work better when I'm deadline driven. Proactive versus reactive. Proactive is planning ahead. Reactive is always responding to urgencies. Say, I'm trying to be more proactive with my time. Let me leave you with this thought. Time management isn't about squeezing more into your day. It's about putting the right things in the right order. Here's your homework. 3 simple English sentences to practice every morning. What's my one important task today? When will I do it? And what will I say no to? These questions program your brain for success in English and in life. Remember these key phrases from today. Spinning your wheels, busy but not productive. Peak hours, best energy time. Make time for, actively create time.
Vote with your time. Show priorities through actions. The truth is, you have the same 24 hours as everyone else. The difference? Some people use those hours intentionally. Others let those hours use them. Which will you choose? Your English improves the same way, not by finding more time, but by using your time better. Even 15 focused minutes beats 2 distracted hours. Thank you for spending these 20 valuable minutes with me. You chose to invest your time in learning, and that already makes you different from most people. If this helped you, please share it with someone who needs better English or better time management, or both. Subscribe for more lessons that teach English through real-life skills. Remember, you don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need perfect English. You need consistent practice. This is Artificial Fluency, reminding you that every minute you invest in learning pays you back for life. See you in the next lesson, and this time, you'll be ready because you know how to manage your time. Now go make your next hour count.
Someone asks you, "How was your day?" and your mind goes completely blank. You know so many English words, but suddenly you can't make a simple sentence about what you did today. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. You probably already know 90% of the words you need. You just don't know how to put them together naturally. Today, I'm going to fix that. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to describe your entire day in English from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep. And the best part, we're only using simple, everyday words that you'll actually use in real conversations. Welcome to Artificial Fluency. I'm your teacher, and today we're turning your daily life into your best English practice. Let's begin. Why this matters? Think about it. How was your day? Is probably the most common question in English after how are you? It happens everywhere. Your colleague asks at work, your friend texts you, your teacher starts class with it, even strangers make small talk with it. But here's what's amazing. Once you can talk about your day, you can talk about almost anything. Why? Because describing your day uses all the essential English. Past tense, what you did. Present tense, what you usually do. Future tense, what you'll do. Feelings and opinions, time expressions, sequence words. Plus, your day is your story. You're not memorizing someone else's dialogue. You're talking about your real life. That makes it easier to remember and more natural to say. Let me show you how simple this can be. Let's start from the beginning, waking up. Here's how I describe my morning. My alarm goes off at 7 a.m. I usually hit snooze once. Okay, maybe twice. Then I get up, stretch a little, and go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and take a quick shower. The hot water helps me wake up. After that, I get dressed and make breakfast. Usually just coffee and toast. Nothing fancy. Then I check my phone for messages, grab my bag, and head out the door. See how simple that was? Let me break down the key phrases. Waking up phrases. My alarm goes off at. Nods rings at. Alarms go off. I wake up at. I get up at. Different from wake up. This means leaving the bed. I hit snooze. Press the button to sleep more. Common mistake. Don't say I wake up myself. Just say I wake up. It's automatic in English. Morning action phrases. I brush my teeth, not wash my teeth. I take a shower or I have a shower. Both are correct. I get dressed, not I wear my clothes. That sounds strange. I make breakfast or I have breakfast. I grab my things. Informal way to say take. I head out. Informal for leave. Are you learning new phrases already? Great! If this is helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Comment below, what time does your alarm go off? Practice writing it in English. Now, let's add some variety. Not every morning is the same, right? Here are variations. I overslept this morning. I couldn't get up. I skipped breakfast. I was running late. I forgot my keys. Grammar tip. When talking about this morning specifically, use past tense. I woke up late. When talking about your usual routine, use present simple. I usually wake up at 7. Now let's talk about your commute. That's your journey to work or school. This is great conversation material. Here's a driving example. I drive to work. It usually takes about 30 minutes, but this morning there was terrible traffic. I was stuck for almost an hour. I listened to a podcast while driving. It makes the time go faster. And here's public transport. I take the bus to work. It's usually crowded in the morning, so I have to stand. Sometimes I get a seat if I'm lucky. I use the time to read or check my emails on my phone. Key commute vocabulary. I drive, walk, cycle, take the bus. It takes time, duration. There was traffic, many cars, slow movement. I was stuck, couldn't move. It was crowded, too many people. I had to stand, no seats available. Here's some useful time expressions. It takes about 20 minutes. On a good day, when everything goes well. On a bad day, when there are problems. During rush hour, busy time. Common mistake. Don't say, I go to work by foot. Say, I walk to work, or I go to work on foot. Here's how to make it more interesting. The commute is the worst part of my day. I actually enjoy my commute. It's my quiet time. I hate driving in traffic. The train was delayed again. Now for the meat of your day, work or school. Keep it simple but specific. I got to work around 9. First, I checked my emails. So many emails. Then I had a meeting with my team. We discussed the new project. After that, I worked on some reports. It was pretty boring, to be honest. At lunch, I ate with my colleagues. We just had sandwiches in the break room. In the afternoon, I had more meetings and answered more emails. Finally, at 5 p.m., I finished work and headed home. Breaking this down. Arrival phrases. I got to work or school at. I arrived at. When I got there, work activities. I checked my emails. I had a meeting. I worked on something. I talked to my boss or colleagues. I made some phone calls. I finished a report. School activities. I went to class. I took notes. I had a test. I studied in the library. I talked with friends. I ate lunch in the cafeteria. Adding opinions makes it natural. It was interesting, boring, exhausting. I was so busy. Time went quickly, slowly. I got a lot done. I didn't get much done. Still with me? Awesome. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next lesson. What's the hardest part of your day to describe in English? Let me know in the comments. Grammar focus. Use past simple for today's specific events. I had a meeting. Use present simple for regular activities. I usually have meetings on Mondays. Lunch isn't just about food. It's about the break, the social time. Here's how to talk about it. At noon, I took my lunch break. I brought food from home today, just leftover pasta from last night. I heated it up in the microwave and ate at my desk while watching YouTube. Sometimes I eat with my coworkers, but today I needed some alone time. Alternative version. I went out for lunch with a friend. We went to that new sandwich place nearby. It was pretty good, but a bit expensive. We talked about our weekend plans. It was nice to get out of the office for a bit. Lunch vocabulary. I took a lunch break. I brought lunch from home. I bought lunch. I ordered takeout. I ate at my desk. I went to the cafeteria. I heated up my food. Social phrases. I ate alone with colleagues. We chatted about. It was nice to catch up. I needed some quiet time. Common mistake. I ate the lunch. Drop the. Just say, I ate lunch or I had lunch. The evening is when your day becomes more personal. Here's a typical evening. I got home around 6:30. I was exhausted. First, I changed into comfortable clothes. You know, sweatpants and a t-shirt. Then I made dinner. Nothing special, just pasta with tomato sauce. While eating, I watched the news on TV. After dinner, I did the dishes and tidied up a bit. Then I just relaxed on the couch, scrolling through my phone. I called my mom for a quick chat. Around 10, I started getting ready for bed. Evening routine phrases. I got home at. I changed clothes or got changed. I made, cooked, or prepared dinner. I ordered takeout. I watched TV or Netflix. I relaxed or chilled out. I did some chores. Housework. I went for a walk. I spent time with family. Relaxation vocabulary. I unwound, relaxed after stress. I veggie out, very informal, do nothing. I caught up on shows, reading, or sleep. I had some me time. Time transitions. After work. When I got home. After dinner. Later in the evening. Before bed. Bedtime, ending the day. 1700 to 1830. Finally, let's talk about bedtime. Around 10:30, I started getting ready for bed. I brushed my teeth, washed my face, and put on my pajamas. I set my alarm for tomorrow. Hopefully, I won't hit snooze too many times. I got into bed and read for a few minutes, but I was so tired that I fell asleep pretty quickly. That was my day. Bedtime phrases. I got ready for bed. I went to bed at. I fell asleep quickly or eventually. I couldn't sleep. Insomnia. I was out like a light. Fell asleep immediately. Reflection phrases. It was a good, long, or tiring day. I got a lot done. Tomorrow will be better. I'm glad the day is over. Now let's practice a complete day description. Here's mine from yesterday. Yesterday was pretty typical. I woke up at 7, got ready quickly, and drove to work. The morning was busy, lots of emails, and a long meeting. I had lunch at my desk while finishing a report. The afternoon was quieter, which was nice. I left work at 5:30 and stopped at the supermarket on the way home. I made a simple dinner and watched a movie. I was in bed by 11. Nothing exciting, but it was a productive day. See how I used past tense throughout. Time markers like at 7, at 5:30, by 11. Sequence words like then, after that. Opinions like pretty typical, which was nice. And simple connecting words like and, but. Your turn. Try describing your yesterday in 5 to 6 sentences. Remember, start with when you woke up. Mention 2 to 3 main activities. Include one feeling or opinion. End with bedtime. Keep it simple. Congratulations! You now have all the tools to talk about your day in English. Let's recap the essential phrases. Morning. I wake up, get ready, have breakfast, leave for work. Commute. I drive, take the bus. It takes X minutes. Work. I check emails, have meetings, work on projects. Lunch. I eat with colleagues, bring or buy lunch. Evening. I get home, make dinner, relax, watch TV. Night. I get ready for bed, fall asleep. Here's your homework. Super simple, but super effective. Tonight, before you sleep, say 3 sentences out loud about your day. Just 3. For example, I woke up at 8 today. I worked all day and had a good lunch. Now I'm tired and ready for bed. That's it. Do this every night for 1 week and you'll be amazed how natural it becomes. Remember, you don't need perfect grammar. You don't need advanced vocabulary. You just need to start talking about your life in English. Your daily routine is your best teacher. Every morning you wake up is a chance to practice, I woke up. Every meal is a chance to practice, I had breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Every journey is a chance to practice, I went to. Thank you for spending these 20 minutes with me. Your English journey happens one day at a time, one sentence at a time. And now you know how to describe every part of it. If this helped you, please share it with someone learning English. Subscribe for more practical lessons that make English simple and natural. This is Artificial Fluency reminding you that the best English practice is hiding in your everyday life. You just need to start talking about it. What did you do today? Start practicing now.